Steven!
Kevin.
David.
With our powers combined, we are the
Brothers
Born!
By the power of podcasting,
We have the power! Welcome back to Brothers Born Podcast. It's been a while.
It has been a
Uh,
while.
and we're not doing our player three thing we've been doing. It's just Kevin and I, and we just kind of hanging out. We both finished watching some things that we want to discuss today. It's been a week or two now, but Predator Badlands came out, and I'm curious, Kevin, what you thought of it.
I thought it was good. It was interesting to have the Predator as the protagonist this time instead of the antagonist.
Yes, I would agree. I It was cool because like in the other Predator movies, I've always liked the Predator, but you're still rooting for the human who's fighting the Predator. You're like just rooting for the hero, and then you couldn't do that in this one because there are no humans in the movie at all. Um,
This is true.
so you're like it follows the story of this Predator named Deck, and he's got to like do his rite of passage hunt, which is a big thing for the Predators. The Yauta, right? That's not what they're called. The Yauta,
Yautja.
Yautja. Sounds like Yamcha from Dragon Ball Z. He would be a good hunt for a predator, actually. Um, but the Yautja, so let's follow this guy Deck, this predator, a Yautja named Deck, and his he's trying to get this his big hunt, and in the course of it, he teams up with a Wayland Yutani synthetic. What did you think about that crossover there?
I mean, it seemed like it didn't seem forced or anything. Like it made sense in the context of the film.
Yes, I agree with that. I liked that it was an alien predator movie without being an alien versus predator movie.
Yeah.
Like, it reminds me a lot of the early days of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. They're making these cool things, right? Like Alien Romulus, Predator Badlands, um, Predator, well, Prey, Killer of Killers, then Alien Earth, all these cool little things, and then they're just now kind of sprinkling a little bit of each other in in each other's things. And I'd like to see this pan out into an actual good Alien versus Predator film eventually. And I think it's going that way. I don't know. What do you think?
I mean, maybe. I don't know if it is necessarily or not. It's possible. It's kind of weird. The timeline's kind of weird because the Alien vs. Predator movies, the old ones, are
Yeah.
still considered like canon for the Predator film franchise, but not for the Alien franchise.
Yeah, that's what's weird about it, I guess, huh? Huh. But, those movies aren't personally, I don't look at them as canon, but they're fun in their own way, I suppose. The first one's fun. The second one's just not a very good movie at all.
No, it's not. The second one was kind of sucked. The first one I liked.
Yeah. I feel like if they did make another one, they would do it right this time. The guy who did Prey, Predator, Killer of Killers, in this Predator Badlands, I think his name's Dan Trachtenberg or something. Um, he's done I think all three of the movies he's done for the Predator have been some of the best. And um, recently we also watched Alien Earth, and I think that was very well produced. And Alien Romulus was pretty good for the most part. There's a couple things I didn't like, but overall it was good. Um, and I think we talked about that on here before, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah. So I think if they keep bringing on these good creators to make this stuff, I think it has potential to be a really cool thing. And did you see any other cool Easter eggs in Badlands? I wanted to discuss one, but let's see if you caught any.
No, I wasn't really paying that too close attention to be honest.
Something it's in Killer of Killers too, at the very end of Killer of Killers, which is also pretty good. I enjoyed that a lot. Um, it shows like how in that movie they spoiler alert they're collecting these like anything who's killed a predator before they collect that person and keep them in like a almost like an archive or something. They freeze them, which I thought was kind of odd. But one of the things at the end they show Naru from Prey in the movie in like this. She's like frozen, almost like Han Solo style, frozen. But they also show what looks to be like the alien from Independence Day, and then again in Badlands, um, one of the skulls in the Predator ship is one of the skulls of the aliens from Independence Day. which I thought was pretty cool. I don't know if that's going to be a bigger part of this. The Harvesters, I think they're called, right? Um,
Yeah, something like that.
I
I don't
think
think it will be, and it's because the Independence Day franchise isn't really that popular.
or
I mean,
good.
it only had two movies, you know.
Yeah. It's still like a
Um,
cool nod. It's almost like when Predator 2 came out and they put the Xenomorph skull. I think they did it more as just a fun thing, and then it turned into something. This one I think is more just like, hey, this is kind of a cute idea. We're gonna put this up there for you.
kind of like how Star Wars put the ETs inside of it.
Oh, I forgot about that. Oh yeah, E.T. was in Star Wars. Which one was it?
Phantom Menace.
That's right. That's right. Huh. That's funny. I forgot all about that. Back in the day, that was the early days of like Easter eggs and stuff like that. Back then, like I guess Predator 2 did it with the Xenomorph skull, but the whole idea of the post-credit scene and dropping Easter eggs, I feel like that's Marvel Cinematic Universe sort of created that in a way, and then now a bunch of people are doing it. But yeah, I thought Badlands was really cool. It had a PG-13 rating. At first, I was like, the last time one of these movies had a PG-13 rating was the first Alien versus Predator film, and I was like, we'll see. But this, I think it was a very violent film, but no one was human. They're all aliens
Yeah.
or
What
synthetics.
I
So,
actually read about this, and that's exactly why it was PG-13.
okay, it makes sense then.
Yeah, I was reading about it, and they're like, you're rated PG-13 because there wasn't any actual like human blood, um, or violence like from a human standpoint, so they were able to get away with it that way.
If you turned any one of those synthetics or Yautja into a human, it probably would have been rated R. But
Yeah.
it's almost like comical, really, especially the synthetics. Like he just goes through and plows through a bunch of those things. Um, let's talk about the synthetics. What was her name in this? What was
Tia
it?
or something like that.
Thea.
Yeah.
Thea, played by Elle Fanning. Um, what'd you think of her as a character?
She's all right. She's interesting as synthetic being more like emotional, I guess you could say.
Yeah, sentimental.
Yeah.
She did seem like of all the synthetics in any of the Alien movies, those are always my favorite characters. I thought Ash was incredible in the first one. I love David in Prometheus and Alien Covenant, and the dude from Alien Romulus, I forgot his name, but he was really cool too. And I thought Thea was interesting. Like you said, she was a synthetic, but she had like emotions more than any of the other ones. It might have just been like to make the story move better, but I thought it was kind of a cool take. Um, Seeing a more sympathetic and human-like synthetic. That makes me wonder where this falls in the timeline of everything of in the Alien universe. That is,
I think probably a little bit later.
yeah, you think so?
hmm I don't know how everything falls canonically. I
I
also, I know we had this discussion before. I don't like Prometheus or Covenant.
I see. I like him. I know people don't like him. It gets a lot of hate, but I thought they were good.
I mean, not that I didn't see Prometheus. Not that bad. Not that Covenant was a bad movie. It was a decent movie. I just don't like how they had to explain where the xenomorph came from.
Yeah,
I liked it a lot better when there was like a mystery. It was just this ancient, kind of like mean creature. I think that was a better take to go with it.
there's supposed to be a third one, actually. Like that was going to be a trilogy that Ridley Scott did, but he didn't get. He got also a bunch of hate from those two that I don't think the third one's ever going to happen, which kind of bums me out because I would have loved to have seen like the end of David's arc because David is such an incredible character, and I also love Michael Fassbender. I thought he's a really interesting and talented actor, especially in Covenant when he plays David and Walter. He plays like the good synthetic and the bad synthetic. Um, Prometheus is better than Alien Covenant, so I think you ought to give it a chance if you have the opportunity because it is a better movie overall. Um, but in my mind, the little research I've done, I think the first one and the obviously it would be I guess the first part of if you take Predator and Alien and put them together, the first story is that the Viking lady from um, Killer of Killers, I think.
Yeah.
The first known case of it fighting the Predator. And then it goes on to Prey. It kind of falls in the middle of that movie, technically, because it's like 1800s. Then you got the Jungle Commandos and the original Predator. And then I think that the rest of the Predator films are pretty, I mean, linear in that way. You got Predator 2, then Predators is kind of weird. You don't really know where that one fits in because they all get
No, you
taped
don't.
to the Yautja. Is
Which
that?
I liked the Predators. I thought that was a pretty decent
I thought it
movie.
was okay. It's better than.
I didn't see the Predator. I didn't see that one.
No, you weren't missing a whole lot there.
Yeah, I
It's
heard I
like
wasn't missing a whole lot.
it's fun, but that's the thing. They made it a fun movie. It was less. it was like it was like an action comedy, if that makes sense.
Hmm.
It wasn't as much about like the lore and the world building of the Predator, but just kind of like these fun, dorky, idiot guys who go up against it. The guy who directed it was in the original Predator film. He played the stupid dude who died first, Skinner, right? Skinner, the first guy that died.
I don't know.
Anyway, it's the first guy who made all the perverted jokes. That actor, Shane Black, I think is his name. He directed The Predator, and it was not a very. It was okay. You should watch that one too, just to have the completionist part of you. But it's not like a great movie or anything.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna probably check out all the Alien and Predator movies here.
A wise man once said, "Cash rules everything around me. It's all about the money. Dollar dollar bills, y'all." Now, the Brothers Born are definitely not part of the Wu-Tang Clan. But the sentiment, well, it's still true. When it comes down to it, making the content that we do can have some costs when it comes to equipment and certain fees. This is where you come in as a listener. No obligation here, but if you do like what we have and you would like to contribute a little bit of funds our way so we can improve our content, there's 3 different tiers of payment which you can use. The first one is a simple, cheap tier of 99 cents. Not too bad. Next tier would be $4.99, or if you're straight ballin', $9.99 for the third tier. Now, there's no obligation here. We're going to do the content either way, but we definitely would appreciate a little help. Thank you in advance, and we look forward to providing more content for you.
Um, but yeah, I think timeline wise though, I think like Killer of Killers, Prey, no, original Predator, Predator 2, maybe Predators. I don't know exactly where that fits. The Predator, um, and then all the alien stuff takes place in the future. Like definitely like with Alien
Unless
Earth.
unless you count Alien versus Predator.
Yes, that's true. But like Alien Earth that just finished a month or two ago, that is before all the other Alien stuff. I think technically speaking, all the other movies, like timeline wise.
Yeah.
I don't know for sure, but that's my hunch. I don't know because I guess Prometheus would still be first because he sort of creates the alien. Huh. I don't know. There
That's why
is
I don't think that's why we shouldn't count Prometheus and Covenant.
there is some
The
people
timeline makes more sense if you don't include those 2 movies.
there is some people suggest that Blade Runner is also a part of this whole thing, and that the androids, I forgot what they're called in that, but the androids that are in Blade Runner were like the prototypes for the future synthetics. Which I think that's kind of a cool idea. I don't put a whole lot of stock into it, but it is kind of interesting to kind of put that in the same universe. And this article I read also suggested that in a long stretch of things, the show Firefly is connected because I guess there's a spaceship in Firefly that has the Weyland-Yutani symbol on it or something weird like that. I'm like, that's a stretch. I don't think that's really. I think that's
Yeah, I
just
don't think. Yeah,
a little
I don't
Easter
see how
egg.
that would. I don't have no idea how that would connect.
And
Have you ever watched Firefly?
I watched like half of it. I wish I would have watched it in its heyday. Everyone, all the nerds love it, right? So I think I would have loved it, but I didn't watch it till I don't know, a couple years ago, and I think it just I need to give it another try. To be fair, I can't I don't have a way to give it a good statement about it, but it looks cool. But I think I would have liked it more when it first came out. But yeah, I thought Badlands was cool. What'd you think of Alien Earth? I just finished up not too long ago. What were your thoughts on
Um,
that?
Alien Earth was pretty good. I thought it was a decent movie. I was kind of surprised by the ending.
I see. Me too. I thought it was going to have some closure. They didn't even finish it. Like they kind of stopped it in the middle,
Yeah,
which
I
is
mean,
kind of cool.
I
But
like how it ended. I like how they had like the hybrids suddenly kind of come to this realization
yeah,
that they did.
yeah.
Um, I thought that was kind of cool.
I It's been out for a while, so I think and listeners, we're going to go ahead and enter into some spoiler territory here. If you're listening to us, you either don't care about Alien or you've already watched it. So let's just move forward. Um, I have a couple theories. What do you think will happen next? I think that the Moro, the cyborg, I think he's going to have a moment where he like goes down in a blaze of glory. He's going to kill a bunch of creatures. I think he will ultimately die, but I don't think they're going to make him have a soft death. I think his death is going to be very impactful for the narrative.
Mhm.
I think that the lady, I forgot her name, the psychologist lady, I think she's going to go on some sort of redemption arc because she feels bad. But I don't know, how do you feel about her? Do you think she's an evil character? And
No, I don't think she is. Um, I think she's like the one human that's actually trying, kind of like supporting the hybrids.
the dude Arthur, of course, but
Yeah,
now he's got an eye blobby in his head.
yeah. I mean, he definitely was like, I mean, it was sad to see him go because he definitely was the kindest to them.
Yes, he was a good dude.
But I think I don't know. I don't think she's not as bad as Boy. That's for
Yeah,
sure.
Boy Cavalier is the worst. He's a freaking
Like,
terrible human being.
he's very terrible.
I hope
Um,
either Eye Blobby gets. I hope Eye Blobby gets Boy Cavalier. Boy Cavalier's like the main antagonist, you could say. And that's the interesting thing. Alien Earth, the aliens aren't good guys, but they sort of paint the alien or the xenomorph to be like as an audience, you're a little bit like I kind of care about this thing actually. Like you're not it's not necessarily this evil monster that's killing everything. I mean, it is doing that, but like it's really humans that are the villains in this thing. It's not the aliens. It's not the I guess in some of the synthetics, but like humans are the bad guys,
yeah,
unfortunately.
no, for sure. And like I said and mentioned earlier, I like how the hybrids suddenly had that realization that, like the humans should be afraid of them, not the other way around.
Yeah, for sure. Those hybrids
And
are
it,
crazy.
yeah, and then it got kind of pretty nuts there in the last episode.
The one, I think might have been the second to last episode. The one girl hybrid, who's kind of losing her mind a little bit. Nibs. She like rips that dude's bottom jaw off. I'm like, whoa,
Uh-huh.
dang. I was like, man, that's pretty gnarly. Um, Kirsch, the synthetic. What do you think about him? I'm not sure what his motive is here. So is he kind of like the other synthetics? He just wants to see what happens with these things. Is he trying to help Boy Cavalier? Seemed like he didn't really like Boy Cavalier, and he wanted to like stand up to him a little bit. But I just he's an interesting character. I don't really know what they're. I think they
Yeah, I
have
don't
a
really know what's
plan.
going on with him.
He's interesting. I like the actor that played him. I think he did a good job, but I just don't know. I can't predict what's going to happen with that guy. He's pretty messed up right now too. But towards the end there's a twist. So Boy Cavalier is like the villain, right? And he has this butler bodyguard guy who you find out is a synthetic that he built when he was a little kid. I did not see that coming. I thought he was just some rando who worked for him. So I
Yeah,
was like,
man, me too.
so do you think they're making the hybrids too powerful in this?
Wendy for sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Um, because she's all like just hacking stuff and like doing like basically she's like magic basically.
Yeah, like it's cool, but I did think a little bit with her and even some of the other ones. Like the other ones have all the same powers, they just haven't figured it out yet. So I think, but though we don't really know why she can talk to the xenomorph, like they didn't explain that.
Yeah.
Like she had some sort of something about them, but yeah, I mean it's cool. I like her character, but I do get like a sense that maybe she's like all powerful, you know. Um, so it'd be interesting to see. And if you follow if they really are making Alien Earth canonical, the hybrids can't last because all the other alien stuff takes place after Alien Earth, and there's no hybrids in that. So I feel like maybe the humans are like, man, we shouldn't have made these things, so they stop it. I'd be interested to see if they what they do there, or if they just make it its own thing and make it a cool show, but not necessarily connected to the movies. I don't know. We'll have to see. But it was good though. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed Alien Earth. I enjoyed Predator Badlands. I enjoyed Predator Killer of Killers. It's been a good year for even Romulus. I think Romulus was earlier this year, right? Wasn't it? At
Yeah, it
least
was.
it's been a good year for Alien Predator. A lot of good stuff came out. I enjoy it. I think when people ask me what my favorite movie is, I don't have a real answer, but Alien is usually
My favorite movie is definitely
top.
Die Hard.
Yeah, that's a good one too. But I the Alien Predator stuff in general, I tend to default to that when I don't know someone that well and they ask me what my favorite movie is. But it was cool. highly recommend. A friend of mine, I think I shared this with you before, but I thought it'd be funny. So in Alien Earth, there's this creature called the Eye. I don't know what it's called actually. It's an eye with tentacles, and it burrows into your head and takes over control of your body. And I think it's an incredible creature. It actually terrifies me more than the xenomorph does. Um, and I'm very excited to see what they do with that thing in the future seasons. But a friend of mine called. He said it'd be funny if they made a Disney Pixar movie about the origins of the Eye Blobby. Like that's pretty clever. I like that. What do you think about that thing? Well, the other creatures in general, not the xenomorph, but the other stuff they introduced. What did you like? What did you not like?
I liked kind of all of them. They didn't really do a whole lot with those tick things.
Yeah, they're kind of the weakest of all of them. That or the flies.
The flies were kind of cool though. I like the flies.
Spit acid. They make the most sense to me in a like ecological, biological sort of sense. Like they're like it's a defense. They spit out venom that melts things. Like that makes sense to me. Sometimes I wonder, acid blood for the xenomorph. It's cool. I'm like biologically, is that a thing that could actually exist? Like I don't know if it would or not. Um, the ticks were kind of neat. The one that you barely saw was at the very end. It like basically that is like it swallowed that one lady and
Hmm.
devoured her in seconds. I don't know what that thing was, but it looks like a big cucumber hanging from the ceiling. You know what I'm talking
Yeah.
about?
Yeah.
Like that one they didn't really explore hardly at all, so that'll be interesting to see.
The eye was definitely my favorite though.
Oh yeah, for sure. Of all of the creatures, if one was going to kill you, which one would you think would be the least painful?
Probably that weird big plant, cucumber looking thing.
Yeah, because it's each instantly you're dead, basically. Yeah, I think I agree with you. Or just getting your throat cut by the xenomorph. Done. One and done. Like, I wouldn't want a face hugger. That's horrible. But if the xenomorph itself just found me, it probably wouldn't take very long. It'd be painful, but for a short amount of time. But
Yeah.
those ticks would be horrible. If one of those things suck your blood, oh my goodness. No thanks. And the eye thing would be terrible too. Just you see it snapping at you with its tentacles, trying to burrow into your skull. Like that thing's interesting. Like because it seems like whatever its host is, that's how it eats or whatever. Like it doesn't have its own digestive or other systems. It's just like whatever it's attached to. I guess it's a parasite though, right? That's what parasites do. So yeah, it was interesting. But yeah, or yeah, I don't know. It's all bad. I wouldn't want to get taken care of by any one of those things. But I think you might be right though. That thing would get you pretty quick, and it would be quick and done. Or the tick would take forever, and you'd be in pain the whole time. The acid would feel awful. Oh man, but yeah, it's pretty cool. I'm glad you got to watch it. I enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to what they do next. I think it might be quiet for a while since they had so much content this year. They probably won't do anything for a little bit yet, but I'm
Hmm.
anxious to see what they do next.
Yeah, no, hopefully we get curious when our season two is going to come out.
Yes. And what they're going to do next with Predator. So that dude did three movies now. This is the only one that's been in theaters, the Badlands. Though I think Prey is still my favorite Predator film. Um, but I'm curious to see if the guy who directed these is going to stay on. Is this like his thing now, or are they going to move on to someone else and change the? I don't know. I'm curious to see if they make how much what else can you do? Which I thought well, it brings me back. I think it was cool what they've done with this stuff recently. Some people are annoyed by this. How Alien Romulus introduced this weird like this like human alien hybrid thing. It was kind of weird. Or how Predator, this new Predator movie, he's the hero instead of the villain, and the Alien Earth has these new aliens. I've read some complaints like, man, they're just changing it. But at the same time, if you just keep doing the first Alien or first Predator movie over and over again, it gets boring. So I think it's cool
Yeah.
that they are doing new stuff with these characters. I like how they've humanized them a little more and made you a little more sympathetic to them, particularly with the Predator. Like, I think it's a nice shift. So that's how I feel anyway.
Yeah, no, I agree.
That's all I got for that. Thanks for listening, folks. Check out our throwdowns. The most recent one we did, our podcast, Unlikely Throwdowns. We did Dr. Doolittle versus Craven the Hunter. That was a pretty fun one. Check that out. We have had a xenomorph on the show before, and also Dutch from the first Predator film. I think
We haven't had the Predator though.
We have not had the Predator. No, you're right. I think Dutch went off against El Mariachi, if I recall.
Yes, correct.
And then Alien. I don't remember where the Alien.
Optimus Prime.
Optimus Prime. That's what it was. Yeah. So there's some good battles there. Check it out. I hope you enjoy them, and we'll catch you next time. Oh, huge shout out to Max Bear for our logo. Thank you, sir. Check out more of his artwork at maxbearart.com, and we'll catch you next time. It'll either be player 3 or another thorough, in-depth discussion.
Yay.
Catch you later, folks.
Later.